Get involved. You cannot be afraid to ask for help. Make sure you become an asset. They will feel inclined to help you. That's how you build community. That's how you build growth. That's how you become an asset in the artist community. How you doing, everybody? My name's J Law from Baltimore, Maryland. If you don't know me, I'm a multidisciplinary artist, here to drop gems, here to just spread the knowledge in the art world, to see how we can provide impact and build together in this art world, art community. So check this. The other day I got this DM from an artist, up and coming, and she had a question to ask me, and I'll put it up here so you guys can see. So if you see that, she's basically asking me, as a fellow artist, as a creative coming up that's just starting, emerging artist, how can she connect more with her community, build more support from the ones around her? And I thought that was a great question to ask. So I gotta share with you guys, because in 2025, it's not the same things that I went through 10 years ago when I started this art journey. Things have changed, and I think there's a lot of, tips and just genuine things that you need to do as an artist to build that support, so you feel like you have a team, you feel like you have people around you that you can bounce ideas off of, that you can join events with, that can just truly give you support as an artist. And these things I feel like will change the game. Actually, not feel, I know will change the game for you and your artist journey. So I think here, in 2025, we definitely emphasize a very digital space. And I think you have to go against the grain and go back to the old times where you have to get involved in different spaces, meet people in real life, connect with people in real life, not just online. There's so many things that go on. The attention span of people is so short that you have to meet them where they are. You have to meet them in person. And I think the best thing you can do is go out to events and meet people in person. And it sounds cliche, but it's the thing that really sticks out in today's world, because people are behind the screen so much. It's a breath of fresh air when they can see you in person, that you definitely want to help them in person and be an asset to them. So whether it's an art show, a workshop, a class, make sure that you're going through whatever city that you're in and going through those events that you see in the creative community and just showing up. Introduce yourself and just see how you can be an asset to people. When people can see that you offer the help, they're going to be more inclined to help you as well, to build that network, and you'll see what you'll gravitate to. You maybe see a crowd and you might think, nah, this is not really for me. Or you might connect with this one person and they do multiple events, and now you can be on their events calendar for the entire year. So I would definitely say reach out to people and pull up to the events, announced or unannounced, introduce yourself, and just see how you can be an asset. Nobody really is ever going to deny help. It's one of those things where you can be a friendly person, you can help, you can volunteer, that really getting your foot in the door for other opportunities and to connect with other creatives to build your network as well. Secondly, I know I just emphasize doing things in person and in real life, but don't be afraid to speak up online. When you see different posts and you see different, points of creatives, don't be afraid to give your 2 cents of what you think of a piece. Think of how somebody can see a different perspective, or just share your viewpoint of how you view a certain piece of artwork. Sparking that conversation, that dialogue can really go a long way to see the ideas that you have for a piece of artwork, and maybe somebody else will bounce ideas off of that. Next thing you know, you got a group DM of 5 different artists that gives their takes on different artwork and how they would attack it, the strategies and things like that. So definitely don't be afraid to speak up online. Go in those comments, tag people, make sure that you mention them, give them their flowers, give them their props. And when people keep seeing a name, people keep seeing that digital footprint, they're gonna remember that it's you. And you use that snowball effect. You start off online, you transition that to in person to really make that impact and stand out against the rest with your peers and fellow creatives for you to make a difference in this art world. And lastly, man, don't be afraid to ask for help. Literally, just reach out. Just reach out and ask. If it's something that you want help on, maybe somebody's gonna just read the DM, maybe somebody's just gonna look at it and not respond, but somebody will. This young lady that reached out to me, she really shot her shot, and that's one of the recommendations that I will say is just reach out in the DM. For me, being more of a veteran, 10 years in the game, being a freelance artist, her to reach out, we've met in person once before, but for her to have the courage to ask questions, I gave her different organizations to reach out to pull up to give her suggestions. And I'm just I'm not a gatekeeper, so I'm always gonna spread the jewels and, drop the gems when I can feel fit. But at the end of the day, she stepped out her comfort zone and she asked me, and I hope it takes her a long way to do that, because in this world, it can seem very daunting and seem very lonely to be an artist, to be a creative, but you really have to step out that box to ask for help, because closed mouths don't get fed. I mean, it's a cliche line, but It's so important that you have to do that. And these things really play a part in being an artist and growing in your career, growing in your growth, getting out your comfort zone. Your 1, 2, 3 friends that you had since high school, they might not be the people that you need to connect with to get to the next level in your art world, art journey. So don't be afraid to ask for help. But I will also say you have to show up in these spaces. You have to be prevalent and be an asset. And you can volunteer from the lowest levels. Help check in people on opening nights, on receptions. You can be the cleanup crew, but basically getting your foot in the door, being an asset to people will provide that favor for them to help you as well. It's all about building community. And the art world, man, it's about who you know, not what you know. Those opportunities that come to you when you get those different endeavors, they're usually relationship based. And I can't stress that enough, that you got to build those relationships and, to become accomplished in this journey as being an artist. So be sure to connect with your local communities, your local art collectives, your local events. You can basically do a Google search and see what comes up. Make sure you pull up to those events. Make sure that you volunteer, that you can help, and those assets will come to you as well. It's all about building community, building relationships. That's all what this art game is about. And if you have any other questions or comments, leave them down in the comments for me and we can start that conversation. If you got any other ideas, I'd love to start the conversation as well. I feel like this is all about community. It's not a one size fits all and different strategies. So please let me know in the comments if anybody has any other type of ideas, any type of strategies as well to gain community in the art world, especially when you're up and coming and emerging in it. Hey man, it's another video. Make sure you check in, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Catch you in the next one. Peace.